way. It's a little dark. Well, how dark is it for you? Because to me it's just a little dark. But it might, I don't know, it might come across as darker on stream. It's 1908 in game. It's not noon. Noon is 12. Yeah, it's noon for you, but in game it's 1908. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow stream Baldur's Gate 3. And then maybe Saturday streaming Hogwarts Legacy. Maybe. But when I stream Baldur's Gate 3, it's going to be an audience decides what we do. So if the audience decides that we're going to be evil and kill everybody we come across, including our companions, even though that would not be a good idea. And I wouldn't be able to show certain things in that game. Shall be no nudity in it, unfortunately. Still need to work out how to link my Xbox to my YouTube so that I can stream Xbox Skyrim with all my modded armors and modded swords, because there are much nicer modded armors and swords on Xbox Skyrim than PlayStation Skyrim. I'll have to figure that out later. Hell, might even stream that after this, eventually, if I can figure it out. Maybe do a Skyrim interactive stream again. But the last time I did that, it didn't really end well. So I think what we're going to do with this little field is we're just going to plant grass in it and turn it into a hay field. Maybe silage? Maybe. We'll have to see. Since there's no gate across there to keep cattle off it when we eventually get the cattle in, we might as well turn it into a field that they can eat. But then they have access to this one and that one over there as well. So that's something we'll have to look at, either turning all three of these into hay fields. So then it doesn't really matter if they eat the grass. Or whether we only turn that small one into a hay field and use these as arable fields. They can be used as arable fields while there's no cattle here. But as I've never had cattle on this map, I'm not sure whether they would wander from the paddock over there into that field and then up and into this one. The last thing I want to do is plant crops and have them eat it. If we can get all of this harrowing done before day 2 of August, we can get the planting started relatively quickly. Okay. Hi, Bath. Go on, tractor, you can do it. Really doesn't like going up this steep hill. Yep. If it comes to it, we'll go to the house, skip to the next day, and then finish the chain harrowing off in the daylight, and then get the planting done. At least it would make it easier for you to see what's going on. How's that? I was playing Hogwarts Legacy yesterday, and one of the quests that I got was to go hunt an Acromantula. There is a reason that the recommended level for doing that particular mission is 30. That's because in that game it is one of the toughest side bosses that you can fight, and it has friends, lots and lots of friends. I do not recommend doing that mission at all. Acromantulas? No, we leave those alone. If you don't know what an Acromantula is, think a tarantula the size of a school bus and you're close to about how big they are. Or if you've seen Chamber of Secrets, you know, the giant talking spider, Aragog, whatever his name is. He's an Acromantula. Just under half a fuel tank left. I would prefer to get all of the fields chain harrowed before refueling, but that might not be possible. Disc arrow rather, since this is a disc arrow, not a chain arrow. Yeah, just hit the gate, why don't you? Because that's fun. I think we might actually have to go back to the house. It's that dark. Tractor is struggling a little bit with how steep this field is. Doesn't mind going down though, eh? It likes that. We'll have to come back down and do those bits. Make it a full line that we can follow back up. We'll finish this field and then we'll go to the house, skip to day 2, chain harrow the field behind the barn where the tractors get parked up, and then we'll start the planting. Last pass of this field. It's done. Field is complete. Seriously? Okay. We need to construction. As is. Yeah, we can sleep 8 hours. Watch it be dark when we wake up now. One minute past 8 in the morning on day 2. Wait. Why is that a 1? That's very confusing. That's saying September 1st now. And saying 1 underneath the clock when it should be saying 3. I'll have to experiment with that later. At least it's daylight. Sunflowers to the left. Out of curiosity, how close are they to being finished? So they'll be ready to harvest at the start of October. So another month and they'll be ready. But we don't own that field, so we can't harvest them unless we buy that field before October in game. And when they're ready to harvest, we harvest them then ourselves. What do you think? Should we buy that field and harvest those sunflowers ourselves? field is it? Field 29. That field is now ours to do with as we see fit. This is ours. These sunflowers are ours. So, come October in game, we will be harvesting those when they're ready to harvest. What we should do really, since it'll be next month in game that we harvest it, we should really start looking at combines and their harvesting heads. That's what we should do. What can we plant right now? Wheat, barley, canola, grass, oilseed radish. So the green lines are planting season, and the orange lines are the harvesting season. So right now, if we still had that field of potatoes, we'd be harvesting them. Gonna hire a worker to work on this field while we look at combines. Now we don't want something like one of these. This would just be way too big. So maybe something like this. It's not as wide. Or maybe like that, but change it from the double or the dual wheel at the front to single. Or we could go for one of these. I think that's what I'll probably do. I'll probably go for one of these. Now we need a cutting head. Probably something like that. Or maybe this one. We'll see if it'll connect to this one. I have no idea what this idiot is doing. Really? You're just gonna do that tiny little piece? You're not gonna finish off these? Right, let's... see if it will connect to this header. Connecting it to that trailer. We might have to leave the trailer here and come back with the car. we install... Really shouldn't be leaving that switched on and jumping out, but we could install a drive under shed here, like a large one. I wouldn't need to try and get them in that shed, because you don't leave things like cutter heads out and exposed to the weather. So if we can put a drive under shed here, I can just leave them under there, and I'll also put a place for the combine. Let's turn this off. Because apparently that worker has finished working in that field, and well, this is apparently what he calls finished. I call, get on with it, you lazy bastard. Come on, get on with it. And we need to go here. Construction. I think that one's too big. Yeah, that's way too big. Almost like something like that, but I think that would be if we take those trees out, I think, but then you've got this stupid hedge here. I can't remove that shed or that one. If we could remove either one or both of those, we could have put it in this way. Not bunkers in the way. Don't really want to turn one of the fields into a... That could work. We put it as far... And then you got that little grass patch. And could just concrete over that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Put that... Oh, it comes with concrete of its own, okay. So what we'll do is we'll take this, reverse it back, drive up, turn around somehow, and then reverse back under here, or maybe just drive under there, disconnect the combine, turn it round, and then go get our little shunting tractor to turn spin the trailer around. Apparently that worker has finished what they were told to do. And yet, you still missed this bit. And those bits there. If I was to own a farm and one of my workers was to leave a field like this with massive patches in the field work, I would sack them. 120% would sack them, and I would probably tell all the other farmers in the area, don't hire them because they leave huge patches in your fields. But you then have to drive over all the soil that's already been harrowed to finish off the patches that they themselves should have done in the first place. Now, get on with it. I just noticed I don't have a character shadow on this tractor. I'm a ghost. Yep, just turn into the barrel, well done. Just a row of cars behind. Driving on the correct side of the road. At least you don't live far from the what? It only says far from the... So this is what it's like inside the cab of this combine. I like the green and black stripes down the middle of the seats. So that's where you would sit if you were in this combine with me in the passenger seat. I've never actually driven a combine. We didn't have them in college. All of our crop was harvested by hand. Going 20 miles an hour max speed down the road, and you want to be treated like a passenger princess in this thing? I think not. I wonder if this has a... Yes, it does have a viewable grain tank. So what this header allows us to do is not only harvest corn, but allows us to harvest sunflowers as well. Because for some reason you need a corn header for sunflowers. Surprised there's no like flashing button inside to say that one of the indicators is on. Wouldn't mind driving a combine actually, just to see what it's like compared to a tractor. seriously. They couldn't finish that tiny little bit. What's wrong with these lazy workers? If this was the 1800s, I would get the whip out and I would whip them until they did the work that they were supposed to do. Lucky for them, whipping your workers is no longer legal. Leaving fields half finished. I could definitely think of some other punishments other than whipping I would use on farm hands that do this. Sacking is one of them. Giving them the worst cleaning jobs during the winter when the cattle are in the main yard. That's always fun, that's a good one. Make them go out in the middle of a snowstorm for snow clearance. That's another good one we could use as a punishment for them. Because in the winter, when it does actually snow, if you don't clear it, you will actually slide. So we'll need to either hire a tractor and a snow plow, or buy a tractor with a snow plow attacher on the front. Snow plowing is always fun. Well, up until the point where you've done it for so long and you've had enough of piling it up. Because the one thing we could do if we don't get a snowplow is we could use the tractor with the front loader and the bucket. We could pick the snow up and put it in the trailer and then just take the snow and dump it somewhere. Because otherwise there's going to be snow all over the yard. And we don't want snow all over the yard because then the vehicles will slip and slide everywhere. I remember my first ever winter on this particular game, and I was driving a rather large truck with a rather large trailer on the back in the snow, and it slid. The trailer turned one way, the truck turned the other, and it all tipped over. And it took 3 different tractors and a excavator to get it turned back upright. And about an hour's real time to turn it upright because I had to angle the different loaders at different heights and in different spots to support them. So since that day I've always cleared the snow from the yard. But we might get lucky and the snowfall that we get might be light and it just cover the rooftops rather than the entire yard. But usually if you're running 3-day seasons, day 1 it's very light, day 2 it's everywhere, day 3 it's everywhere, and then the day after that it all disappears. But some people run, I can't remember what the highest seasons is, I'll check now. But they run the highest seasons and they have snow for days and days and days and days. Yeah, I can't deal with that. So the highest 28 days is the highest. Can you imagine trying to do it on 28-day seasons with snow everywhere? And you can't do any groundwork during the winter months because the ground's frozen. So what do you do for those 28 days of snow? Do you just sit there? I suppose if you have animals, you take care of them, clean them out, feed them, make sure everything is as it should be with them. But for the majority of that time, I don't think you'd actually be doing anything, certainly nothing in the fields. You could cut down some trees between then and spring. I would certainly not like to do a 28-day season in the snow. That would not be fun. It'd be boring more than anything else. Put that there for now. We'll grab the trailer. We'll take this down the store. The reason we're going to do that is because we're going to get some bags of seed, but instead of leaving them down there and then picking them up afterwards, we're going to just load them up, bring them to the yard, unload them, and then use them on the seeder. at it, we'll then grab this header trailer with the corn header, and we'll take this back and put it away. Then we'll grab the loader tractor with its pallet forks, bring it down here, and get some big bags of seed for the seeder. Oh yeah, we at 13 miles an hour down the main road. Meanwhile, they're going past at what, 20, 25? Maybe 30? Yeah, it was fine. Loads of room. Not get that close to a very expensive piece of machinery. I really like the sound that one makes when you turn it off and when you turn it on. We need to find a better place to put these front loader implements. Like an actual designated area for them to go. I just had a thought. If I was to stream Skyrim, I would have to somehow get the bards to stop singing because of the copyrighted songs that they sing. Same with Baldur's Gate 3 and all the copyrighted music in that. How long have we been streaming for? One hour, 36 minutes. And of course they put them right there. They couldn't have put them in a more open area, could they? That would have been too simple. They put them right there, next to the wall. Nope, this front loader's not long enough for that. Okay. Put it here then. Wage payments to those lazy workers. Not that they deserve it. 2 for 1. If that falls, it's going to be a pain in the ass to put it back up right so that we can pick it back up. See, that was all planned. I meant to do that. It was all well planned, well timed, well executed. I meant to do that. That's what we refer to as skill. So I would like to see my former college housemate do something like that and actually pull it off without it going flying. I need to line up with the other fork to load up the other side of the trailer. Exactly. Skill. It was all skill. You know how you get in that field there? There's gotta be a gate to it somewhere. And the gate to it is there. I will never be able to do that little trick again that you saw earlier. I'll never be able to do that again. And if I didn't have it on stream, I don't think anybody that I know that plays this game would believe me. Get out the way, you floppy dickhead! You see that I'm turning, and you stop right there where I want to turn. It wouldn't damage my tractor, I'd just run you over. You laugh now, but just wait until it's your turn. Does this have a double fill? I can't remember. Did we put a fertilizer tank on this thing? I think we did. Oh, we may have to go and get a bag of fertilizer as well. Yep, this front loader is not long enough for that. Wow. That took the whole bag. How full is that? Not even half full. A full bag of seed is only 49% full on that seeder. That's an insane amount of seed to use on a seeder that size. We might end up making more than one trip down for seed at this rate. So it'd be 2 whole bags and some of another bag. See, 2 bags is 98% full on seed. There's an insane amount of seed to use on a seeder that small. So it carries 2,026 litres of seed. And that is a solid fertilizer tank. Which we don't have any solid fertilizer, so we'll need to order a couple of bags. Rechargeable big bag? What the fuck? I think you mean refillable big bag. Let's order 2 of these ones. And do something that is actually illegal to do in the UK with a front loader. But we're gonna do it anyway, because why the fuck not? What are you laughing at? I don't know if we'll actually be able to pick up that second one. Now we'll have to come back for it. No, I can't get it. That one's too wide and keeps knocking the other one out of the way. Can you guess why this is illegal to do in the UK with a front loader? exactly. Why is this seeder not being powered? Why are you not being powered? Now you're being powered. Should we technically drive on freshly seeded soil? No. Will it do anything while there's seeds? No. In case you're wondering what we're planting, we are planting grass. So we can turn this small field into a hay field and make some hay bales if necessary, though I'll probably just buy them in, I usually do. I just don't have a yard big enough to store hay baling equipment as well as everything else. I wish there was a way to remove that hedge. Instead of just driving through it, just get rid of it altogether. I'm going to finish this field and then that's going to be it for the stream, I think. I really cannot be bothered to sit here and plant 4 other fields, 3 other fields. Fuck it, I'm gonna drive on his stuff. Wish this thing didn't have such a stupidly designed drawbar on it and that it was 3-point link attached. Would make it so much easier to turn around. Might stream later on Skyrim if I can figure out how to hook the Xbox up to my YouTube, but if not, probably stream Baldur's Gate 3 if I stream later. Now that that field's done, I'm not too sure what we're going to turn this field into. I'm going to turn that off, turn that off. So this field is now planted and it's got grass in it. It needs rolling, so we will get, where are you? You're around here somewhere. Is it soil compaction? No, it's silo compaction. Where are the rollers? Plows, spaders, seeders, planters, weeders, grassland care. So get this roller, and then what you do is with the roller is you just drive back and forth over what you've seeded so that it pushes the seed down into the soil and stops birds from actually eating it. So pull this up here, detach, we'll go pick the roller up, and then that'll be it then for today, at least farming wise. Because I need a break. I've been gaming all morning, pretty much all day, apart from 2 times where I went downstairs to get snacks, because snacks are important. And no true gamer is ever far from snacks. I also need to refuel this tractor. As you can see, we got about a quarter of a tank left. Although it would probably finish the seeding in all the fields, I'd much rather not run out of fuel or run the risk of running out of fuel while seeding in the fields. I also need to bring the front loader down here and pick up that bag of fertilizer. So we got the concrete roller on the back. It's so heavy, that concrete roller. Right, my top speed in this tractor is 19 miles an hour. You can push it to do 20, especially if you're going downhill. This concrete roller is so heavy, it's dragging me back down to 7 miles an hour. That's how heavy that roller is. Because that roller weighs 2.5 tons, because all it is a big slab of concrete that has been formed into a roller drum and put on a frame to pull it around. That is a heavy piece of concrete. You would not want it to run over your foot, like that time in college where the Massey ran over my foot, and I don't know how I got so lucky that my foot ended up in between the treads instead of the treads going on them. But it was a very uncomfortable experience. probably come down in gears. Second gear, that's better for this. Probably bring it down to C box. Okay, no, we can't go up to B, okay. Second gear, D box gears. Yeah, because this roller is so heavy. That's 2.5 tons of concrete being pulled around by a tractor that's not much heavier than it. That tractor probably weighs 3 tons. I don't know if it'll tell us what the... Are they mediums or larges, the 4440s? .40 series, 6.9 tons. Okay, I would have thought it had been lighter than that. And mine's a little heavier because it has 1 ton weight on the front. We're not going to roll the field today, we'll do that the next farming stream, episode, whatever you want to call it. I call them episodes. Where we will then roll the grass seed, but I will show you what it looks like when you roll it. Not much of a difference. But all it'll say is that still says needs rolling, but it's been rolled. It's interesting. Unless there's another set of rollers that I have not seen. Unless it means these ones. Which it might actually mean these ones. That's 12.3 meters, but it does fold up. I don't know, I'll mess around with it off camera. Might hire one of them and see if that makes a difference. And if it does, sell the other one. Alright, that's gonna do it for the stream. I will catch you later. Might phone you on Discord. Then again, might go have a nap. So, I will catch you later.